Fire!
Good evening, baseball fans. It's not a good evening, but we'll get into it. I'm Suzy. That's Tom. This is Bourbon and Baseball, Astros edition, and here's the rated R warning right off the top. This is a rated R podcast for all of the adult language that you will hear in the next, 45 to like 3 hours. That's all of the cuss words you are going to hear because that is the rage that I feel in the depths of my soul when talking about this team. So hopefully you were properly warned. Hopefully there's, not children around. If so, put some earmuffs on them. If not, I don't care. I'm not judging you. But there you are. There's the rated R warning. We're going to get into it. The Astros suck. They hate small ball. They hate driving in runners because why would we want to drive anyone home? That's just so silly. They want to enjoy the scenery out there. They don't coming home, going back into the dugout. Who the fuck wants to do that? Not this fucking team. No, absolutely not. They would just rather hang out on the base paths because that sounds like a much better fucking fun time, right? That's what we all want to fucking see.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you need to know right now is Suzy is literally surviving. She's passed out. Like my text, if only I could share the text, I won't. But literally, one of them said, "I'm doing this from the grave." She's exhausted, and Astros L does not help things. So if you feel like you're getting a more fiery version of an already fiery Suzy, now you know why.
The only silver lining to this fucking evening is that the Padres are beating up on the Mariners. That's the only silver lining. Because my fucking center fielder, Chas fucking McCormick, that had looked so much better since he's come back up, exited the fucking game in the 5th goddamn fucking inning with wrist discomfort. We all know what that fucking means, people. We all know, right?
That is the D that nobody wants.
No, they're gonna say that it's bruised, and we're gonna come to find out that it's fucking broken after the season end, and he bats 190 and gets sent the fuck down again, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, see, Chas McCormick sucks." No, it's because he's fucking trying to play baseball and swing a fucking bat with a goddamn broken wrist. I hate the
and
Astros. No, I
and
don't.
for
I hate baseball. Yes, I do.
for me, what's worse is that means we're probably going to see entirely too much Jake Myers, who is an absolute dumpster fire at the moment. I realize there are some Jake Myers truthers. I understand that they're in a similar situation
They
with.
can be wrong too. It's okay. Just admit when you're wrong, people. All right? I had to eat crow when Chas McCormick was bad. You can fucking eat crow because Jake Myers is a big fucking dumpster fire. I was hoping that after he had his baby, he came back with the BDE, the big dad energy, like everyone else. But you can't even fucking do that, Jake Myers.
Yeah, right now he's just an absolute abomination at the plate. I don't subscribe to the side of the world that feels as he's this other world center fielder, great defensive player. I do think he's capable of playing serviceable center field with the occasional diving catch, great catch, whatever. But at no point in time am I worried about him if I'm the base runner. I'm going to run on him. And like I said, he's literally at the bottom of the barrel right now at the plate. It's just really bad, to so much so that he was pitching it for guys that it was going to be a matchup issue. Like you ended up seeing Jason Hayward against the lefty twice tonight, which he'd only done a handful of times all season long. So it's just not a good place. And I feel like it cost him a game.
Astros are 2 for 17. 2 for 17 with runners in scoring position. Do you want to know how the A's fucking beat us? Besides the fact that we don't play small ball. And the A's said, hey, look what we can do. And bunted 3 straight times. And obviously, who the fuck does infield drills with bunting? Not Hector Neris. Nope. Not Yainer Diaz. Nope.
It's tough. It's really tough because this would have been a golden opportunity, as we see right now, to gain another game, to inch closer to securing a playoff berth. I do not feel that this is the end of anything by any means. The sky is not falling. Suzy's upset. She has every right to be upset. The Astros. Now, what people need to know is the Oakland A's have been one of the better teams the second half of the season. And
Since All-Star break.
no one is going to talk about it. And everybody's just going to see the name on the front and go, the A's suck. And they are not going anywhere. And you're right. But they are still mathematically, I think they're still mathematically could make a playoff run, or the Angels just got eliminated. So they are not the worst team in the division. So where people are going to be like, the Oakland A's are our daddies. I know I stole Suzy's line. The Oakland A's have been a lot of people's daddies in the second half of the season. So for the Astros to lose a nail biter at home that they had multiple chances to win or, extend, you got to just tip your cap. I think Spencer pitched phenomenal. I don't know if Suzy wants to rehash all this. She seems very upset, but
we're gonna give flowers where flowers are due because that's the only silver lining of this fucking game.
The one thing that I hate, and it's going to absolutely happen. It's going to be on every clown on Sports Talk tomorrow. It's going to be the first thing they talk about is the lineup and how Yordan Alvarez shouldn't be in the 2-hole and how they fucked with the lineup and now they can't score runs. And to all those people, I say, you really need to stop and reevaluate what you think. Because if you're saying not giving Yordan Alvarez more at bats in this lineup because you think he can't bat 2 and he needs to bat 4, I have a problem because it's not going to matter if he's at 4, if it's Yainer Diaz at 4, or if it's Kyle Tucker at 4. Now, if you don't think those guys can produce, then you might as well stop watching baseball.
I don't think Yordan Alvarez should be in the 2-hole.
That's dumb. It is. Tonight in extra innings, you wanted Yordan Alvarez at the plate. If he's batting 4, he doesn't come to the plate.
If he's batting 4th.
And don't tell me they couldn't score because, he wasn't protected or whatever. Like,
no, I don't give a fuck about protection. I give a fuck that, especially when Yordan has to play left field, that he has to run in from left field. Jose Altuve is going to ground out, fly out, do something on one fucking pitch. And then it's Yordan's turn to bat. And he's like, hold on, I got to do my batting gloves. I got to get the thing off. I got to get the weight off my bat. It doesn't seem like he's comfortable there. And it doesn't seem.
Do you know how old Yordan Alvarez is?
I don't give a fuck how old Yordan Alvarez is.
You talk about him like he's 50 and he's 27.
He's got old knees.
Oh, stop. He's got brand new knees. He's got brand new fucking knees.
That we need to keep the tread on, okay?
This argument is dumb. I want my best player to get as many chances to hit home runs as I can possibly give him. The Yankees are doing this with Aaron Judge, and no one's complaining. Not one person is going, why isn't he batting 4? He's 1 or 2 every fucking day, and he's hit 50 damn home runs, and nobody thinks
because they have Austin Wells protecting him. Tom,
oh my God, don't you dare try to sit here and tell me.
They have AL Rookie of the Year, Austin Wells, protecting him.
Get out. Give me Yainer Diaz and Alex Bregman every fucking day of the week. It did not happen tonight, but I think this lineup makes sense. When those guys are clicking, it's death. It's absolute death. Who you pitching to? And the flip-flop.
You know who I'm pitching to? I'm pitching to Alex Bregman because Alex Bregman has been 4 for. Now this number has increased because it was 4 for 32 when I actually tweeted it out, but now it's going to be 4 for 36?
Mm-hmm.
4 for 36 since the All-Star break, leaving runners in scoring position. That's not what I want out of my 4-hole.
Okay,
That's
so
not what I want.
It should be Yainer Diaz. I'm perfectly fine with moving Alex Bregman down. Don't give me this nonsense that, he needs to be in the 2-hole then. Because if he's going to do it at 4, he's going to do it at 2. I'm sorry. Jose Altuve was on base 3 times tonight. How many times did Jose Altuve score?
One of the times.
Exactly.
No, Jason Hayward scored 2 of the times.
So for me, it's not about Jose Altuve and his one swing, whatever. Yordan Alvarez didn't get it done today, but that does not mean that the lineup doesn't work because Yordan doesn't all of a sudden he has a bad night.
He can't hit at home.
Oh my God.
I wanted to see if that actually got a reaction out of you or not, because it's fun. It's literally the only fun that I'm having tonight because I did not have any fun watching that game.
It was tough. JP Sears pitch. I know y'all don't want to hear that either, but he was a touted
JP Sears is our fucking kryptonite.
He was a touted Yankees prospect. He was part of the Frankie Montas trade, right?
I don't know.
I believe so.
Soft tossing lefties
are
our kryptonite. Just know if there's a soft tossing lefty that everybody else lights up, do not fucking expect the Astros to light him up. It ain't gonna happen. He's not gonna strike anybody out, but he's gonna get all of the outs and he's gonna go 6 shutty. Just know I'm gonna prepare you. I'm gonna prepare y'all for that inevitability. And the fucking A's were not even at full capacity. Their version of the Bash Brothers, Brent Rooker and Lawrence Butler, who have been better over the last 2 months than Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. You heard me, people. Lawrence Butler and Brent Rooker, by the numbers, have been better than Aaron Judge and Juan Soto on the Oakland A's. So they weren't even at full capacity tonight.
So why are you so fucking salty then? If you're touting this team as being a good baseball team and losing to a good baseball team.
Because I know that this fucking team is better. And should it not annoy me? Yes, absolutely. It should not fucking annoy me because I expect better from this fucking team. I expect better from Jeremy fucking Peña. Don't you do it. Don't you fucking do it. You know that you expect better from Jeremy Peña. You expect better at bat from Jeremy Peña?
But there's a reason there's 162. They're not going to win all 162. I can't say this enough. They're going to lose 60 and they're going to win 60. And then that other, 42? That's where the
math pod.
I did the math. The other 42 is where the division and playoffs are won. And if you think they're going to win, if you think they're going to go 42-0, you're not smart.
I'm not thinking that we're going to go 42-0. But do I expect a team that is the caliber of the Astros to beat inferior teams, i.e. the fucking Reds? Yes, i.e. the A's. For as much as we tout the A's, yes, I know they're good-ish, but we're fucking better. And that's the problem.
So they win the next two.
I know that they're not doing the things that they need to be doing. You cannot sit there and tell me that 12th inning didn't fucking embarrass the fuck out of you.
It wasn't like...
It shouldn't embarrass me because I'm not fucking out there.
Exactly. What I have a problem with is the managerial side of it. And I think a lot of this is lost on everyone because JoeEspada has been on this team for fucking ever, is that he's still a rookie manager. I know we feel like he's been managing for 7 years, but he hasn't. And would I like him to handle this better? Yes. Am I glad he fucked this up now instead of October? Absolutely. Do I think in the future he needs to, bunt them over, at least attempt it? Victor Caratini does not get up there and just hack with a dude on second in extras. It just doesn't happen. You're supposed to at least attempt it. He did not. So for me, that's a problem. That's a manager job to say, I need you to lay down a bunt.
Also, Daz Cameron, what the fuck are you doing, sir?
Peña, Daz doesn't make that play. We're not talking like this. They win the game and then we're good. Shit happened.
That's true. If they win the game, I'm not going for them as hard as I'm going right now, but I am going to fucking call them out. I am going to call them out for leaving as many fucking runners as they did on base.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, we beat up on the fucking Diamondbacks 8-0 first game. Second game, what? 11 to...
I thought it was like 10 to 4, 11 to 5, something like that. Yeah.
Double digits, regardless.
Yep.
And then the last game, we battled back. We showed some fight.
Mm-hmm.
JV put us into a hole early.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, that we can do all that. Can't do it is literally a different fucking team. And I don't even fucking know. I don't even know.
And here's the thing. And this is the thing that I think frustrates me more than anything else about the way that you feel and about the way that a lot of other people feel like, oh, they should win every fucking game. You are not your best every day. You're just not. The Astros are just not going to do that. They're not going to get up for every game. They're going to have games where they just take them off. It's like inevitability as a person. You're going to walk in on a Monday to your job and go, I just don't feel like doing shit. It's a Monday. You know what I mean? You're going to walk in on a Friday, a getaway day, and go, you know what? I really could use that day off. I'm not thinking about doing my job. And maybe nobody wants to hear that, but that's a fact. That's the way people are, whether it's at McDonald's, I don't
know what you're talking about. I give my 1000% day in and day out for all of the things.
Stop. You absolutely need to stop. There's no fucking way. Anyway, there's probably homework that you should have did right now for school that you're not doing. Anyway.
I don't know why you got to call me out like that, sir. I'm trying to give the people what they want. Content. I'm trying to give people content.
And I am too. Because you know what they did? You know what we're not talking about? How they swept the fucking Royals who beat up on the fucking Yankees. We're not talking about that. We were good then, but now we're going to shit on them because a couple games, they just didn't have it. They went out and got 2 from the D-backs, took 1 off, took a game off against the A's. They come back tomorrow, they win. The next day they win. We're not talking about this series like they lost it. It's not like should they win these games? Yes. Should they win these games for position, for seeding? Yes. Do the Astros in my opinion, feel like they give a shit about where they're at as long as they got a chip and a chair, as they say in the poker room. No. Win the division. We'll see what happens. They're not after the best record. They're not after, they want healthy and they want a spot. That's it.
Sir, this is not a podcast for reason and sound minds. What the fuck are you doing? No,
Somebody's
that's
got to
not
be. Somebody's got
that's
to
not
be.
what we are here for, okay?
You're going to
We
bring
are
the
here
Lulu. I got to bring the reason.
we are here for the irrational takes, all right? And the vibes. That's what we're here for. All right? That's the new name of the show. Irrational takes and vibes. You're welcome, people. That's what I know that you guys want. Anyhow, let's give Spencer his fucking flowers because after getting lit up in Cincinnati, he comes back and doesn't have the cleanest of outings, but keeps us in the game. Goes what, 6.2?
6 2/3.
Haha,
Yep.
it wouldn't be 6.3. I'm dumb because 6.3 would be 7 innings, Suzy. No ball. All right, so let's see. It is 6.2, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks, and gave up a home run. A programming note, side note, thank Jesus the official scorers did their fucking jobs correctly and went back and scored one of the errors on Jeremy Peña that they did not correctly score. And it took 6 runs off of Spencer Arrighetti. So while 9 runs were given up, only 3 went on his ledger. Thank Jesus. That lowered his ERA from just over 5 to like a high 4 now after this game. So after this game tonight, his ERA is a 4.72. I think after that last outing, it was like a 4.6 something, but that's a whole hell of a lot better than in the 5s. And we'll take that. And really and truly, if Jeremy Peña had made that fucking play like he should have, we wouldn't be talking about this. This would be a non-starter. So the fact that Spencer went out, kept us in the game. Boys didn't come through for us. I say us like I'm in the fucking dugout. Boys didn't come through for Spencer. They gave him the JV treatment. They said, nah, you're good. You don't need run support. Who the fuck wants run support? Not you. Okay? Just you say. All right? Only you say gets the fucking run support, apparently. But so silver lining there. Another silver lining. Do you know who had the most hits tonight, Tom, for the Astros?
Jose Altuve.
Do you know who had the second amount of hits on this team
A bunch of guys.
tonight? How many guys?
Yordan Alvarez, Yainer Diaz, and Victor Caratini.
You're not supposed to be looking at it. You're supposed to be guessing, Tom. That's what you're supposed. That's what this portion of the show is, the guessing game. Okay, that's
sorry.
Yeah, you ruined the game, Tom.
You gotta cue me in on this. Hey, we're gonna play a guessing game later.
Okay, so how many times? Stop looking at the stats, Tom. Stop looking at it. Okay, just X out of Baseball Reference. I need you to X out the Baseball Reference.
I'll minimize.
Don't look at it.
X out.
All right, fine. Just minimize.
Okay.
How many times did Kyle Tucker strike out tonight?
11.
Close. So close.
Because that's what it
2.
felt like.
It did.
It
did.
felt like he struck out a ton.
I feel like if you strike out looking, it should add 11. It should be 11. It can't be that way.
I don't know what to do with Kyle Tucker. I feel like he is very disciplined. I feel like when he came back up, you saw him take walks. You saw him have good at bats. You saw him put the ball in play. So it's hard for me to justify like moving him down in the lineup. Tonight really hurt though, because he was in positions where you really needed somebody just to put the ball in play. Obviously, the game's probably over if he puts the ball in play and instead he strikes out looking. I don't know what he was looking for. Maybe something breaking. Maybe he thought it was off the plate. I don't know. The pitch was away. No one wants to say it because they're all Asian Tiger moms. They all are. He's supposed to come through all the time. I'm gonna say the dude's only been back a couple weeks. He needs
not even a couple of weeks.
He needs time. JV needs time. That's how I feel. Everybody's already up. What's wrong with Tuck? And everybody's already like, JV, get him off my baseball team.
I'm gonna say this loud and proud, and for the love of God, just play John Singleton. Just play John Singleton. Just play John Singleton.
So are you okay with him going against? Hold on. Let me finish. Are you okay if he goes 0 for 3 with 3 Ks against the lefty?
Because that's so much worse than what was done tonight.
I think the chances are likelier that John will do it than the other guy. Now, will it happen? Absolutely. But John has a track a mile long that says, if you put me against a lefty, I'm going to be very bad.
So Jason Hayward going against lefties, totally cool.
That is because Jake Meyers is trash. I don't know what to tell you there. He pitch hit. He came in.
So,
I mean,
okay, John Singleton comes in for one at bat, gets a fucking triple, drives a run in, and then gets taken out for Jason Hayward to pinch run at third. What are we going to do with Jason Hayward at third? Jason Hayward is not going to fucking steal home. What are we doing?
No, but it's clear that if there was a fly ball to the outfield, Jason Hayward's going to beat John Singleton in a foot race. John Singleton is 100% not fast as fuck boy. I'm just saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That ball had to bounce off the wall twice, get kicked by the center fielder to the left fielder. I mean, there was a lot that happened for Big John to get to third. I know. Everybody
get Jake Meyers off my fucking baseball team. Jeremy Peña, I don't know what the fuck's happening to you. I don't know. Maybe you're getting in your own head because you suck on defense. What literally was your only like redeeming quality besides your biceps? Your defense? You're not even doing that properly. And that's not good enough to overcome. I can't see the abs through the baseball uniform, okay? If he played shirtless, maybe I can forgive some of the errors, okay? I can't do that though. He hasn't gotten a walk-off. He's not going to be Manny Machado fucking with the titty shakes and the water. It's not going to happen.
He tried tonight. That knock should have been a knock. Daz Cameron made a great play. If that play doesn't get made, we're looking at this game a totally different way. They grinded out, gutty performance, got a dub when they probably shouldn't have. I know you're angry. I know a lot of people are going to be angry tomorrow. The drive in the morning, the sports talk radio in the morning is going to be horrible because what's wrong with the Astros? They've lost 2 in a row. And it's just like,
I saw a thing on Twitter that it was like, the Orioles finally win after losing 3 in a row. And it cracked me up. And I'm all,
people are saying that the Royals are like, something's wrong with the Royals. And I said, no, man, it's September.
Listen, I should have expected this. And Priscilla's at the game tonight. And when it went into free baseball, she just said, oh my God, I hope it doesn't go past 10 innings. And I laughed and I said, hopefully it doesn't go past 13 innings. And she goes, why the fuck would you say that? Why the fuck would I say that? Because obviously you've not watched much baseball because literally the A's walked off the fucking Tigers in 13 goddamn innings. To be really honest, I will listen to A's broadcasts because friend of the show, Dallas Braden, is one of the announcers and it's a good fucking broadcast to listen to. But that game, the end of that game was fucking electric. You want to talk about back and forth and there were homers hit and just, it was electric. And the fact that they walked it off in 13 innings, it was chef's like, and I can't even imagine what an actual A's fan felt during that game because I only mildly like the A's. It's just a passing thing for me because I like baseball. But if you're an actual fan of the team, you had to have been so fucking proud of the grit and the grind that those boys did.
Do you know that since that game, the Tigers have won 3 in a row and are in the last spot outside of the wild card? So
they're coming.
They're coming.
Know. I should probably do some sort of like deep dive into the numbers of what their record is since Javi Baez went on the IL. Because I feel like there is some sort of correlation between Javi Baez going on the IL for them and them actually producing and winning games at not a rapid clip, but at a very decent clip, a clip that they have not won for quite some time now.
The Detroit Tigers are closer to a playoff spot than the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah. Seattle Mariners are going to fuck around and be like, wait, what? How did the Tigers do that? Just Kerry Carpenter is raking for them. Parker Meadows is fucking raking for them.
But I say all that to say that Oakland's playing a really good brand of baseball. And while record-wise, the Astros did not lose to a good baseball team. But people that know ball, this has been one of the better baseball clubs of the second half. So
it's whatever. It's not whatever, but it is what it is. So tomorrow we got Hunter Brown versus JoeEspada.
Diesel day, baby.
It It looks like testes without the T, just a FYI, but it's Estes. And then let's see, Thursday is Frambervaldez versus Mitch Spence. Fingers crossed, Hunter and Framber will be the stoppers, and we win the series. And that's really all we can ask for. We can ask for winning the series because that's what we want to do. We want to win series.
Speaking of Framber, do you know what Framber Valdez's ERA is?
A 2.97.
Are you cheating?
I am not.
Do you know where that ranks him in? We can do all of baseball. Let's do
All of baseball?
Not just the AL, all of baseball.
4th.
Close. 6th in all of baseball in ERA. You remember early in the season when Framber was getting lit up and people were like, get this dude off my baseball team?
Yeah. Remember that was when he went off course and decided, I'm not going to listen to Yiner. I'm just going to throw all of my balls everywhere. Just we're not gonna do that. That's
all
so
of
silly,
my balls.
Yep. And since then, Joe said, what, Victor's going to catch him just for a little bit, and they've been reunited. And since then, it's gone swimmingly.
I also would like to point out, because I saw your tweet earlier about the blonde chick with the Ronell and the Hunter thing. Do you know who's 7th in ERA?
Ronell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
2.99.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
I understand your take. I'm not dogging your take. I'm just saying I understand where she's coming from too.
I understand where she's coming from. She looked at the numbers and that's all she did. That's all she did. She looked at the numbers and I get it. Not everybody watches all of the games all the time. That it makes fucking
Impossible.
sense.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't know. Maybe ask someone. Because Ronell has been in the bullpen. Went into the bullpen, y'all. Not as a demotion, because that man's is tired.
I don't think that means
tired.
I don't think that means the end of him as a starter, though.
No, he's going to come back in for this next 18 game stretch or whatever that we don't have any days off. It's going to go back into a 16-man rotation. 16-man, a 6-man rotation. But it was one of those where let's skip Ronell's start. Let's get him off his feet. Let's not throw him because he is flew. Just broke all the way past all of the innings that he's ever thrown. That man is tired. If you watch any of his latest starts, you can see the fatigue. And he's going to battle. He's going to fucking battle. And he's going to give you every fucking thing that he has. And he's going to keep us in the game. Mm-hmm. But this version of Ronell versus April Fool's Day no-hitter Ronell are two separate pitchers, y'all. It is two separate pitchers. And while I love Ronell and I tip my cap, I do all of the things for Ronell, there is no way on God's green earth if you watch this team day in, day out, you are not starting Ronell Blanco over Hunter Brown. There's just in no world.
No, but I'm of the mind that if you're in a 7-game series and you need a 4th starter, I think
absolutely.
It's him. I think it's him.
Absolutely. And let's, now that you bring it up, why don't we get into that, Tom? Because there has been lots and lots of talk about playoff rotations and who
which
would
is
be
crazy.
Game 1 starter and all of that.
There's so many baseball games left to play, and we're already talking about who's in and who's out of a playoff rotation. So much so that Ben Verlander had to speak on it, which blew my mind.
There were some very good points. There are very good points that have been made by various people on various shows. What I will say about Justin Verlander is that he has 3 more starts before we have to really and truly make any sort of designation about what the fuck happens. If those 3 starts go like the Cincinnati Reds start, then you're right. All of the people that are saying strap JV to a fucking rocket and send him out to pasture, all that, maybe not send him out to pasture, but he's not going to get a postseason wildcard start. There's no way. And quite honestly, I think he would tell you that. I think he is a good enough baseball player to realize that by him pitching not at his best is lowering the chances of them winning another ring. Now, I don't think at any point in time you are sending Justin Verlander to the bullpen. That's not going to happen. If anything, there is some sort of, I don't know, back discomfort or knee discomfort or some sort of something where he doesn't take an actual trip to the IL. He just doesn't get the start. Really and truly, if the playoffs were to start right now, you're going Fromber, Hunter, Yusei. Am I wrong there?
No, I'm pretty sure that's probably what you're doing if it's a wild card game. But I don't see a scenario at any point in time where Justin Verlander is not on a playoff rotation.
Yeah, no.
I think that at no point in time will Jim Crane allow that, wrong or indifferent. I think at no point in time will JoeEspada do that, wrong or indifferent. I think at no point in time will Dana do that. Justin Verlander will be on a rotation, and if it's a 7-gamer, I think he starts game 2 or 3 or whatever.
I don't think he starts game 2.
I think it just depends on where. I think it just depends on where it is. If it's on the road,
right now.
If
it's right now, I don't think he would be.
No, I'm talking about location. I think you want your kids, and I say kids because I'm older than. I think you want Hunter, and probably if there's maybe even Fromber too. Maybe you want them to start at home because of the head case stuff. I think if they're starting a 7-game series on the road, it might make sense to throw Justin out there and be on a short leash. You know what I mean?
Pause. It's a good point. It's a good point that you made about where the location is, who's starting where. Fine. But I honestly think that he irons it out before we have to make any sort of decision. It's JV. Let's be really and truly honest. It's JV. And if he irons it out like we all believe that he will.
I was like, I don't think there's some people that don't think he will.
So then what happens? What if he goes out and he shoves probably not this next time, but like the last 2 times he goes out and he looks like vintage Verlander? Is he starting game 1?
I don't think so. And I don't think JV would probably want to start game 1. I think JV is a good professional teammate type dude and would want that to go to the guys that have been, carrying this team all season long, whether it be Fromber or Hunter. I don't necessarily know how that would go. I believe there would be a discussion. JoeEspada would probably say, hey, we sat down, we talked about it, and this is what they said, and this is what they thought. And I supported their decision, and this is how it went. I basically laid it out. That sounds like the team manager, player manager way to do it. To me right now, your unquestioned ace, no matter how much people didn't think that months ago, is frambervaldez. You send him, and you just watch him go to work right now.
Yeah, that is true. All true words. So that Diamondback start was just Pavin Smith, people. Pavin Smith. Everyone's like, who's Pavin Smith? Exactly. Because no one ever thinks. If I were to tell you, hey, the D-backs beat up on the Astros, and there was one player that hit a 3-run home run and a grand slam off of Justin Verlander, at no point in time are you naming Pavin Smith as the player to do that. Maybe some deep-cut D-backs fans, but even those are few and far between because he came up because Lourdes Gurriel had been hurt. So just know.
I don't know. I feel like it looks to me like Justin's trying to throw pitches to get over right now, like just trying to locate. It looks like spring training. It looks like I just know I need to be on the plate. And he's not like managing the plate. Suzy is the best. If y'all do not follow Suzy on Twitter, I don't know why you're here. I don't know how you're here. I just don't know, because you need to watch every time when she's, sir, you can't throw it there. And I want so bad to say, ma'am, it's incredibly hard to locate. I can't even tell you how hard it is. So the square is like this, and you can't put it in the middle of that thing. They know that, but I think he's just trying to find the plate. And right now, you can't beat a good team like the Diamondbacks who are fighting, scratching, clawing. Suzy tried to tell everybody this team is absolutely in the hunt for a playoff spot and really working towards that goal. And they beat up on a dude who was just trying to get pitches over, just trying to get to a number.
Unless the Astros can't hit middle fastballs. We can't do that.
They foul them back. Yes, they can.
Oh, excuse me. We cannot hit them and score runs or hit a grand slam. That's so silly of us.
They have to they hit all the pitches outside the zone out. They don't hit the ones in the middle.
No, that's so silly. Why would I expect this team to put the ball in play and hit hittable fastballs? Batting practice fastballs. That's so silly of me to think of that. So silly. Such a silly girl. Learn ball, bitch. Anyhow, it's just a very frustrating game. baseball.
But it's frustrating for a lot of people. I think you really have to look around the league just to know that. The Yankees got shut out tonight. They're
by
considered
by Seth Lugo.
they're considered one of the best teams in baseball. The Cubs are about to take a series off the Dodgers, the other best team in baseball. Like,
Ooh, yeah, but Yamamoto only went 4, right?
I don't know. I just see the score right now.
Yeah, I think Yamamoto only went 4.
The Dodgers to
So
me are the most. Yeah, he went 4.
overrated piece of trash. I
Had
mean,
8 Ks.
one of
No,
those teams that if they were at full strength.
yeah, for sure. But it has to be the worst pitching rotation of the best record in baseball team I've ever seen in my life.
All right, keep it up, Padres. Still beating the Mariners 7-3 in the top of the 9th. We love that. D-backs also shut out the Rangers. Really and truly, I probably should just say Christian Walker and Jock Peterson shut out the Rangers.
I've turned off the Ranger square in my scoreboard watching. I just like, okay.
Yeah.
That for me, the Rangers are done for this season. They brought up Kumar Rocker, which is interesting.
Jacob deGrom starts on Friday.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Jacob deGrom
Shove.
dicing up the Mariners. That is one of those ones where I'm all, wait, I have to root for the Rangers? But it
You
is
do.
against the Mariners? It's that meme. It's that meme of the girl with the face being all, you know which meme I'm talking about, people. That's me with the Rangers and Mariners on Friday. Because I want Jacob deGrom to shove, but then therein lies the problem. I want the Rangers to win. Ew, that just tasted bad coming out of my mouth. So therefore that the Mariners would lose. And I don't like it. I don't like it, but I like it. That's gross. I want everybody to lose, nobody to have fun. That's what I want.
A lot of teams are. That's what I'm trying to say. I know the A's are a team that you feel like they should beat, but the Mets lost to Toronto tonight. The Mets are trying like hell to get into the postseason. There's just some teams that are just scrappy sometimes, and Toronto's one of them. The A's right now are one of them. The Cubs are one of them. You just hope you don't have to play them. Tampa went toe to toe with Philly for a while. Obviously, Philly blew them out today, but yesterday I think they had to walk it off.
Yeah, don't hit Nick Castellanos. Nick Castellanos is gonna square the fuck up.
Yeah,
Bryce Harper wanted all the smoke.
of course. Bryce is that dude. Cincinnati is right now just absolutely ruining everybody's life. Doesn't matter who they play. Tonight they beat the Cardinals.
That's not hard to do. Sorry, Kels. That's not hard to do though. They left the bases loaded at the bottom of the 9th.
It could always be worse, Astros fans. It could always be worse.
We could be Rangers fans.
Yeah. Or Angel fans. Their season literally ended like 2 months ago.
They have some fun. They have some fun young guys though coming up.
They got to find a way to get rid of
Aldaguiri. He was the first Italian-born MLB player, pitcher. Got his first dub the other night, and it was great. It was great. They've got some young kids coming up. I just don't know if anybody is ever going to be able to get them to do the things that they need to be able to do in order to win all of the games.
What they need to do, and this is from an Astros perspective, which we should not be helping them at all. But what they need to do is find somebody dumb enough to take Anthony Rendon for free. Just get him off your ball club. Get every last
IL again.
Yes. Get every last thing you can possibly get from Mike Trout. Send him wherever he needs to go to get all of the prospects, and start over. And just start over.
That's just it though. They have a decent-ish farm system. So it's the development. It is the development process. Because
speaking of farm system, Bryce Matthews is in AAA. Dude is flying through the system. Fun fact.
Tell the people who Bryce Matthews is for those that don't keep up with all that.
I don't know why you wouldn't keep up with the minor league system. I do believe you need to, because it's where all these guys come from that the Astros are like, look, we got a Yainer Diaz. Where did he come from? Jeremy Peña. Where did he come from? Bryce Matthews was drafted in the first round, second round, 2 years ago?
For first round. Last year. First round.
Thank you.
Yeah. He was like our not 10th, 20 whatever pick.
You're gonna make me look it up. It's gonna drive me nuts.
I am.
I'm on it.
That's what we keep you around for, Tom.
I know. So he is a 22-year-old shortstop, second base, third base. The Astros move everybody around, so there's no way to know which position that will be. He was drafted in the
From
first round,
Nebraska, I think.
28th overall, went to the University of Nebraska. He's from Houston. He
Mhm.
played at Atascocita High School with the left guard for the Houston Texans. Like he was a quarterback. So definitely has an arm. Dude's hit at every level. Just doesn't even matter. Every level.
Got a
All
single tonight in his first AAA at bat.
all I'm telling you is dude is coming. I believe he might be the security blanket if Alex Bregman decides to try to get money elsewhere.
When Alex Bregman tries to get money elsewhere, when somebody else signs Alex Bregman,
Okay, since we're there, since we're talking about it, do you believe he's going to get the money that he thought he was going to get at the beginning of the season?
it
And
doesn't
then
matter what it does not matter what Bregman thought he was going to get at the beginning of the season because Matt Chapman signed a contract, and that is the benchmark for Alex Bregman now.
yeah, but the Max Chapman contract, the Astros will probably do. You wouldn't do that if you're the Houston Astros? You're going to make me pull it up?
6 years, what?
I thought it was 150.
I think it is 150. I don't. One,
6
Bregman
years,
is younger.
$151 million.
That's gross. Bregman is younger. Bregman is better stat-wise. Defense-wise, even though Alex Bregman hasn't won the
Gold glove.
3 gold gloves that Matt Chapman has. Is it 3? 2? He has multiple gold gloves, people.
Yes.
So even though Alex Bregman does not technically have a gold glove, he should have multiple gold gloves. We all see Alex Bregman take it at third. It's literally the hot corner, and there have been plays that we've all said if Bregman was there, he would have made that play, as opposed to Dubon or Whitcomb. Who else has played third? I think those were the only ones. Maybe DeCenzo? Anyways.
So
But
you played the age card. How
he's a
old do
year
you think?
younger, too.
Exactly. It's 1 year. So hypothetically, say the Astros go 7 for 175, 170, 180. You're telling me
I
you don't
don't
do
want to
that?
go past. I don't want to go past 5 years. I don't want to go past 5 years, and that's on me. That's on me. That is like my personal thing because I know, 34 or 35, we're gonna have the same conversation, and I'm going to be complaining about
His defense?
I am probably gonna complain about his defense, probably his penguin running as well, because there's at no point in time do I think that's gonna get fucking better.
Yeah, but I don't think his plate discipline is going to get worse. I don't think he's going to not hit. He won't hit the first 2 months of the year, but he'll hit the rest of the season. The thing of it is for me, and this is where I think it changes, right? And maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe no one offers him this money, but this averages out to 25 and some change APY.
What's he getting now?
30.
He's getting 30 now?
Yep. That
For what was his last contract? Was it 5 years?
100 million.
For 5 years?
Right now. Yes. But it was like prorated.
I don't know. Will he take deferred money?
So it was basically like backloaded, right? So he signed a 5-year, $100 million contract. It bought out his ARB years. So the first year he got 5 million. The second year he got 13 million. The third year he got 13 million. This past season, the season before, he got 30, and then this season he got 30.
The only way that I'm giving him a contract longer than 5 years is if it's deferred money.
Monopoly money.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. That's just how I personally feel. Now, obviously, I want all of the players to make all of their money. However, I think he wants more than that, and I think he wants a longer contract. And I don't think he's going to take deferred money.
I don't know. I ask you this: who's giving him that? And it was the same thing with Correa, right? Like, and which I don't understand how that worked out, but it just did, where nobody wanted to pay him what he thought he was worth. Who do you think?
Because the medicals scared him.
100%. But who do you think is giving Alex Bregman $30 million a year for, say, 7 years?
The New York Mets.
How are they going to do that? They're going to sign Juan Soto.
Have you seen Uncle Stevie's bank account? Uncle Stevie can pay all of that in a day.
Right. You may
in a fucking day. Move Mark Vientos to DH.
Oh, I wouldn't. But whatever. It's them. Maybe they'll screw it up. Maybe they'll fuck it up. Vientos is a stud. Like,
Vientos is a stud.
But I wouldn't mess with him at all. And why go sign a third baseman?
Okay, so then move Breggy to second.
Would he do it, though? That's a good question. That makes zero sense to me from the standpoint of you're getting older And I think it's going to be harder to be rangier in the middle of the diamond than play on the corner.
See, and I feel like it's the opposite. Maybe it's just because I've watched Jose Altuve at second base just doing things. People are gonna be like, "Oh my God, Suzy, why do you hate?"
Jose Altuve.
Really and truly, though, he could move to second, and then you would have that type of defense at second. I'm just saying.
I don't know. When I look around the league and I think, okay, if Alex Bregman's going to go chase the bag, so be it. But who's going to pay that? And I struggle with what team that needs a third baseman that has the money to pay Alex Bregman that kind of money. The teams that like,
The
okay,
Arizona Diamondbacks.
I'm a third baseman away from being.
Actually, the Arizona Diamondbacks, but
He did move to Arizona. Suzy called us.
reunite with Strami.
That means nothing. Probably the third baseman whisperer. No, not buying.
I'm saying, but that's a team that could use some veteran leadership, and it sucks that I'm using veteran leadership with 30-year-old Alex Bregman. But between the playoffs and again, how many times have we heard it this season where Alex Bregman has been in those pitching meetings, giving the pitchers the ideas and the insight of, hey, this pitch is really good. You should probably throw that more, Hunter Brown. So that may be another perk of signing Alex Bregman because that rotation is young. You got Brandon Pfaadt, you got Ryan Nelson. If whatever the fuck happens with Jamont, hopefully Merrill Kelly can figure it out. Erod, but that may be an ideal fit. And they've got a lot of young kids on that team. Really, the only veteran they have is Ketel Marte and Christian Walker. You got that really young outfield. Lourdes is there for, I think, a couple more years, a couple more seasons. Their shortstop, they got Geraldo Perdomo at shortstop. Second base, they got Ketel. Third base is Eugenio Suarez. I think he has a player option. Or
It's a
maybe
club
a team
option.
Club
It's
option?
a club
Okay.
option. The
So
player option is Jamont. There's a
Mhm.
mutual option on Jock Peterson for 14 mil. There's a club option on Merrill Kelly for 7 mil. They really don't have a lot of money tied up. Arizona makes a
yeah.
lot of sense.
So that may be an ideal landing spot for him. Who knows?
They're still paying Madison Bumgarner $5 million a year.
We're still paying Zach Greinke. Look how much we're paying Zach Greinke a year. I want to say it's 12 and a half.
It is. They're also on the
For how
hook
many more
for
years?
19. They're also on the hook for Abreu's money too.
Greinke's money doesn't go against the salary cap or the tax level or whatever for this season. Or for I think for this season. I don't know how that fucking works out.
Yeah.
Greinke's
Payroll
money
salary.
doesn't factor in, which is weird. But whatever.
So they're paying Greinke for 2 more years.
To take his kids to school and
2027, they'll be free. And this is the interesting thing, right? So 2027, do you know what the Astros have on the books for 2027?
almost nothing.
4 players. Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, CJ, and Josh Hader. That's it. So for everybody that says, the Astros don't have any money, what are they going to do? How are they going to pay everybody? Oh my God. They're literally 2027. They're even out from under Lance McCullers.
So we were going to wrap it up. Final thoughts, Tom?
The Astros will be fine. The rotation now flips over to the Beasts. You got Diesel Day tomorrow. You got Framber behind it. They win those 2 games. You're talking about another series win for the Astros. The A's right now the Mariners right now are in hell dealing with a San Diego Padres club that is trying to get to the postseason. So, and then I'm trying to remember who they play after that. It's Texas, right?
For us?
For the Mariners.
Oh, for the Mariners. Yes, it's Texas.
Yeah, the schedule gets easier for the Stros. It's the Angels. I know people are concerned because 4.5 games is just not enough for them, but I just see this thing opening up. I really am not sweating the Mariners like some people are. Maybe I should. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like the Astros are in a good space. And while they're not winning all the games, they're going to win enough games to end up back where we want to be in the playoffs as a division champ.
Brian McTaggart tweeted out, Astros say 4.5 ahead of Seattle with 18 games left. Astros should send Mariners some tiff streets if they win the division.
Astros should send Mariners to streets.
Yeah, because essentially the Mariners are not playing well. If the Mariners were playing well, we would not be winning this division.
I wonder this, and people don't want to hear it because they think that the Astros are playing optimal all the time. Do you really think that if the Mariners were playing well, that the Astros would be doing the same? Like they'd be sending Caleb Ferguson to the mound or Caleb Ort to the mound down 2-0. Do you feel like the Astros operate like a team that is ahead because they do stuff because they're ahead? Or do you think this is like optimal? Because a lot of people... Go ahead.
I think there would be a couple of decisions that would be different, but I think overall a lot of the decisions would be the same.
Bregman sits one day, Tuve sits one day, Tuck plays, then he doesn't play. Like you've got all these moves that they're costing them games, but they're doing it because they have a 4.5 game lead on the Mariners. They're like, why? Like all I care about is getting to the end. I don't care about the middle. It doesn't matter if I win 100 games or I win 85 if I win the division.
Hey, I get it. All I'm saying is that I think a couple of moves would be different if the Mariners actually could hit a fucking baseball. I don't know. Anything else? So, Tom, where can the peoples find you on the interwebs if they would like to interact and tell you how wrong you are about the team?
I welcome all of those comments. I'm always here for people telling me I'm wrong. Suzy does a really good job, but I never get enough. So come on down. If you're looking for me on Twitter, it's at Third Coast Tom. I don't know anybody that calls it X. I'm not going to start. It's just Twitter, and I still tweet. So there it is. Instagram at TCTom1. The PSF app, I keep getting the where y'all at. We are coming. I promise one of these games we will call. The PSF app is the best place to watch a game. If you are not at the game, I will tell you to find me there. There is a space for you, a room for you, regardless of what team you follow, what sport you follow. If you're a football fan, because it's football season, I recently called a football game on PSF. It was a lot of fun. We're there for you to vent. We're there for educational purposes. We're trying to teach Suzy to football.
Listen, I don't understand what the fuck a football move is. That's so silly.
It's
The
a
fuck is a
slow
football move?
it's a slow burn, but
Don't do
we're
it.
getting there. We're
Don't do it.
getting there.
It's not worth
I'm
it.
I'm I'm
It's not
prepared
worth
to
it.
spend the whole season answering all the questions that she won't bring to the PSF app. I want her to. I get the text off to the side. Hey, what is this? And I'm like, come to PSF.
I could not.
She was busy.
I
Fair
cannot.
enough. But for the rest of you, if you have questions, you have comments, you have concerns, come to PSF. We'll air them out.
I did have a question though.
Do it.
Is 4 what was the stat I saw tonight? Is 4 sacks and 10 hits. I think it's hits.
Pressures
Yeah.
of the QB.
4 sacks and 10 hits. Those numbers should be lower, right? Those numbers should be lower.
In a perfect world, there's 0. Look at it like men left on base.
Okay. So the sack is when they take out the quarterback altogether, right?
The sack is when a quarterback is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay. So what's a hit then? They just
A
hit him?
hit-
Like
a hit,
he doesn't
exactly.
actually go down? What's
Exactly. Quarterback throws the ball, then gets hit. Now
Then
they
gets hit.
they
Okay.
keep up with the stat because quarterback takes punishment. It leads to quarterback gets hurt, quarterback makes mistakes, pressures. It's like advanced metrics for football. And that's the
Found out
taste.
what yak
We got
was.
more yards after catch.
So dumb. So dumb.
Why? We can do
My
hey,
brain is only big enough for baseball stats.
we
All
can
of
talk
the
A dot, we can talk air yards. I'm here for all of it.
No. The more I learn about football, the less I'm going to have knowledge about baseball. There's only so much room in my old ass brain, guys. There's only so much room. All right. And at this point in time, I have to fill it with useless baseball stats and useless knowledge about environmental science. That's probably not so useless. That's probably actually useful, but whatever. It's not applicable to my life.
You know what Tom's going to do? Tom's going to play that game where he goes, I can do it. Why can't you do it, Suzy?
Nope.
Ah!
No.
I'm trying to reel her in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm fishing hard.
It's not happening. It's not happening. Listen, just enjoy all of the hashtag football Suzy tweets that happen on the days when the foosball is played. I don't know. So, with that, we are going to wrap it up. If you enjoyed this episode, please this episode. If you have not already subscribed to the YouTubes, hit subscribe. It's a big red button. Hopefully, you can read, subscribe. If not, get some glasses. I need glasses. If you are listening on the audio only side, the podcast side on Apple or Spotify or whatever podcasting app you use, please give us the five star rating and all of the words, all of the nice words in the form of a review on said podcasting apps. It helps the algorithm, or the algo, as the kids like to say. I am not a kid, so that feels really weird saying it. And with that, we are going to end the show and say, yay, yay, baseball! And record. Maybe, and record.